Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share a composition notebook. This is for me to write ideas in, and I'm going to take it with me in my travels to Florida. I made one, but I think I'm going to make a second one. I originally started this scrappy paper bag notebook, and this was from a magazine from our grocery store. They send you a really thick magazine. It's really good quality. And then I ripped the pages, and I was inspired by Caroline on the Hillside and Pam Vanny. And what I did was ripped, I think I still have some of the magazine pages here. Yeah. And I ripped all the pages out, and then I glued paper bag. Then I started putting gesso, and then I covered the gesso up with my napkins. The first page I decorated with my stamps, and that's kind of how I wanted to do the whole thing. And I was going to put pockets for my notes. But then when I started collecting all my notes, I have tons of sticky notes like this. I have more than this, a bucket of notes, little papers that I've written on, and it's not going to fit in here, and then stuff would fall out. And I realized that I really want lines to be able to write so that it's in there permanent like a journal. So I will finish this and use it for something else, but I love this. And then I got, let's see, I think it was Walgreens, two of these composition notebooks, and it's durable flexible cover. So I'm not going to cover the cover, but it's like washable, so I love that. Because carrying it around and you know, taking it in and out of my bag, I figured it would get beat up. So I really love that. So I may pick up a couple more before I go to Florida. So I'll show you. I kind of messed this one up because I was in a hurry. I really wanted to get it done, and I saw 200 pages, so I divided the pages with the alphabet. I wanted an A to Z. That was another reason why this one I felt wasn't going to work out for me, because as I was going through my notes, I had duplicates, and then I really wanted things into categories, like all my pocket ideas in the P section, and you'll kind of see as I show you this. I started putting stuff in there and writing stuff in there, and then I thought, well, I better show it first, because I didn't want anybody seeing my notes because it's something I haven't shared yet. And I took a lot of time covering up things that I already put in here, but I did want to share it in case it's something you want to do. So after I started putting my tabs in, I put like A through Z. I probably won't use some of the alphabet, but I still wanted to put them in there. I used that 200 pages not thinking. I was in a hurry, and I started with 6 pages per alphabet letter. Then I got halfway through, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm running out of real estate here. And then I was like, oh, okay. Then the brain kicked in. There's only 100 sheets, but front and back is 200 pages. So then I had to rip off all my tabs, so I had to do some repair. So now I know what this one, pretty much, if I will do this one, A to Z, I'm going to give it 3 pages per alphabet. Then I had room doing that, in the back for notes and other things, extra pages. So I like the flexible cover, and I'm sorry, it's early in the morning. I just got up. I've got my overhead light on, but I wanted to do a video, and I might try, excuse me, to do some short videos before I go, so I have something in the bank here to share. But yeah, I don't know if I will be able to film when I get to Florida. I just have a cheapy phone, so I don't know, we'll see. So on the first page, I didn't put anything here because it is that flexible, and I knew nothing would stick. So I put a pocket here, and this is one of those Avery, it's the extra large, and I get these from scrapbook.com. I know you can get them from Amazon, but they're on my list at scrapbook.com. I just pull it up and order it again. And it's the extra large, 6 3/4 by 9 3/8. You get 50 in a pack. They're very reasonable. And I use these to store my dies, my larger dies, and my larger stamp sets. So I did take double stick tape and put this down in the back, and I have this pocket here is mainly for, like, if I don't have time to put something in here permanent and I've just jotted something down and I want to quick throw something in here or a sample or something, I have a pocket for that, and it'll keep. So I basically took the first page and covered it with copy paper. Now when I did my tabs, I had to cut them off because I miscalculated how many pages I had. I went ahead and used up some scrapbook paper that I wouldn't normally use otherwise. They were, I got this Hobby Lobby last year for $5.24. It had some really cute Christmas paper in here. I took that out immediately and put it with my Christmas stuff. And then it still has quite a few really cute things in here, but there are items like I wouldn't use normally, like that I wouldn't use, so I use those. It's still got some really pretty paper in here. And I use the dark stuff. I use the Valentine's and this one here. And there was some like New Year's Eve paper that I used up. And I just used those to wrap the edge of each page where the alphabet's going. It just gives it stability. Now this one's a little bit wider than I wanted to, only because I had messed up on my pages and I had to cut those off. So so it's kind of a train wreck, but it gives me idea on where to go with this one. I should be able to zip through this one really quick. So if you want me to share my process, how I went through and put the alphabet, I will share that. I might just do a video. If I like it, I like it. I don't, I don't. So basically A, and I left 3 pages. Now I had to cover these up because I had ripped pages off. But this gives me plenty of writing space for whatever comes up that starts with A. And then B, obviously I have some stuff, and I already had notes that were full on in detail, and you can see the paper that I used. I had to cover up my notes because it's my idea and it's not something, or it's inspiration by someone else. So there's that. So this is B, whatever this is, I'm not sure. And so I'll just keep going. And then there's C. So all I did was just took copy paper and hinged them in. So I didn't have to rewrite everything. And I still have writing space. So this is going to be pretty chunky. And I'll probably do, I'll probably put something like this, like a stretchy strap on there. I'll have to see if I can find some at the craft store, and then attach it to the back so that I could keep this closed. I really like that idea. This is like how it's put in here on this binder, and I had originally had a lot of my notes in a binder, and I didn't like it because I felt like it was too bulky. So this is basically I'll show you what I want to do for the front of the, there's quite a few notes in here, and you could see I had these in binders and I took them out and I just put them in here. Fabric scraps. It's an extra piece of paper. Okay, I know I have something somewhere. Jelly plate ideas. I did have a bunch of those, but I didn't want to write them down yet. I think it's coming out. So basically you have 3 pages per alphabet letter. Okay, here's something here. This is my mini file folder, and that's kind of what I want to go through. I didn't put everything in here, but I want to take that with me just to look at for inspiration, to get more ideas on what to do with these little mini file folders. So yeah, so put that there. This is just where my brain goes. Now these I consider pockets, these stitch slots, and I put this in. This is embossed, so I just glued that in there to look at, to get more ideas on using that stitch slot, because I really like it. I mean, I've used it pretty much every which way to Sunday, but I'm sure there's more you can do with it. Paper scraps will go there. We all need to use our paper scraps, and I have notes here. And then pockets, pocket ideas. I already have notes here, but I have them covered up. So I really like this on the edge. This I tore off so I wouldn't have such an edge. I think I did like a 1.5 inch for the new ones that I did. Like right here. Journal cover ideas, and I left an area for that. So I just used a 1.5 and then folded it over. And I just used my scrapbook paper that I wouldn't normally use for anything else, and I kept the color to the inside. I didn't want any crazy paper color on the inside because it just distracts me from writing. Rolodex card. I want to get some ideas on using these. I know there's a lot of ideas out there, but I put that there so I can take it with me and come up with something. Stencil ideas, stamping ideas, and I already have some things here. Whatever, I'm not sure what that is, but I got notes there. Probably won't have anything in the U section, so that could be for other notes. Vellum and tracing paper ideas. W, window dies. I want to get some ideas for window dies because I have a lot of window dies. I have some notes here. Wax seals, ideas for wax seals. I do have the wax seal stuff, but I want to get what they call electric wax seal. You plug it in and then you put your thing on there. I'm not about having a fire in my craft room. I've seen quite a few videos where stuff catches on fire, and that would just freak me out. Okay, so probably not going to have anything in the Z section, but you never know. I wanted all of the alphabet in there, and then I do have a long list of things that I want to put in my Etsy, so I didn't write it down yet because once you show it, 100 people do it already, so that's just the way the world goes round. And we are all using the same supplies. It's just our take on it and our creativity on it. So I save pages for that, and then journal cover ideas, I save pages for that, and I still have room for other notes here. This I put for, and I do have some things I want to write in here, supply and tool wish list. So I will write things down because you get busy and then you want to write it down, and then later on you're like, oh yeah, I really wanted to get that, and maybe save up for it. So I've got an area for that. So that's that. So it's pretty chunky already, so I think I will start anew. I'm going to try to get all my notes in here. If I can't, I will put them in here, and then if I need a third, I need a third. But I really like this durable, flexible cover. This does come off, this sticker, but and then I put the pocket in here, and I basically, just to give it stability, that front page, I attached a piece of copy paper underneath there, and it does have some of that scrapbook paper right there folded over, and then put that in there. So there's a nice big pocket there, so I could just throw stuff in there if I'm in a hurry. If I have a little sticky note or something and I don't have time to put it where it needs to go, I can put it in there and deal with it later. Because I do want to enjoy my time in Florida. So yeah, so there's that. So I wanted to share that. And basically on the tabs, you can make your own tabs. You could just cut tabs. They have punches that do tabs, and I have a lot of tab dies, and all I did was well, I used this size here, and then for the back I used this size here, but I went through my file folder scraps and made these because they're very durable and I can see them on the edge, so I like that. And I try to keep this full because I do use these myself, and I do put these in orders if people order from me or Happy Mails. So it's a nice little way to have it on hand, these little containers. So that is my share for today. So I will finish this up, and this was just paper bags. It was starting to come apart too there, but I think once I put my napkin in there, it'll be okay. It'll hold it together. But I just felt like this wasn't going to be good for me. I really need the lines to be able to write. So so I'll do something else with this. I'll finish this, and I don't know, maybe I'll just use it for my cool stamps that I have for inspiration. That would be cool. Butterflies, I have a lot of butterfly stamps. I could do that. So I don't know, we'll see. But I'll try to finish it up before I go. Maybe I'll bring it with me. so we'll see. But I will put a strap here to hold it. So I'll have to look for some of this stuff. I don't know, maybe Walmart has that stuff. I really miss Joann's. So, and for here, Michael's is like an hour away, so it's kind of far. So, but yeah, look, I'm sure Walmart has something like that. I'll look for that and try to figure out how to attach it. But I like that concept because it keeps it closed. So there you go. Okay, I got a glare there. Sun's starting to come up now. And all right, thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye.